Hi everyone, this is Leah from seejanedrill. Listen, we're going to be working with drywall today, and I want to show you a few tools we're going to need for the job. Number one, this is a drywall tee. It makes the job a lot easier in terms of getting straight cuts and straight lines. I would really highly recommend that you invest in one. Secondly, just a regular old tape measure. Mine is a 25-footer, and then a utility knife with a very sharp blade. Tip number one. How to cut drywall. Believe it or not, there's a technique. And here's the most important thing. It's where you cut. You cut on the front side. Let me show you what the front side is. The front side is the paper side of the drywall. That's where you make your cut, not the back side. And I'm going to show you how that's done right now. Okay, so I'm going to start. I need to cut a piece that's going to be 82 3/4. Start your tape measure closest to the top, because what's going to happen is the top of the drywall and the tape measure is going to let you know if you're running that tape parallel. If you slide down a little bit like so, then you know that you're off track and your cut won't be accurate. So use the top of the drywall as a gauge, letting you know whether or not you're running that tape measure straight. Okay, so I have to go 82 3/4 across. Okay, so 82 3/4 is right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the point of my utility knife to make the mark. And the reason for that is if you use pen or a magic marker to make a mark, it's going to come right through the paint. So if you use anything, use your utility knife or use a pencil. Okay, so this is where the drywall tee comes in and why it's so important. You'll always get a straight cut with one of these, and let me tell you why. Now you notice that I only made one mark. You don't need to make two. I find my mark right here. Got my mark right here. I slide my drywall tee over, and that's it. It's self-leveling. You'll always have a straight cut with a drywall tee. Now, what you want to do is you want to hold the top of the tee. It's on its mark already, but you still want to prevent it from sliding a little bit. So what you do is you put your foot against the bottom of the drywall tee, and you make your cut. Now, you want to start from the top, and you want to go about halfway down. Now, you're not trying to cut through the drywall. You're just trying to cut through the paper. That's it. Not a whole lot of pressure. Now, I'm going to go from the bottom up. That's it. Now, here's the thing. It didn't take much pressure. And the thing that people forget is you're not trying to cut through the drywall. Drywall is really a rock, okay? So just try to cut through the paper, because that's all that's needed. So I've cut through the paper here. Now this is the trick. You go around to the back of the drywall. That's what I'm going to do now. So I'm on the back side of the drywall, and this is where we snap it, okay? We're going to put a knee in the back of it and pull it back and then make our cut. Okay, so you're going to put your knee right up against the fold, and then just pull the drywall toward you. Grab the drywall on the end, grab it on the end, use your knee to brace it right where the line is for where you made the cut. Just pull forward. That's it. So that's it. That's how easy it is. It's effortless. Now what do? We make the cut from the back side. Notice, this is my line here, and I'm going to follow this line. But I'm going to start off the bottom and come up. And just follow the line. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. Stop. Then you want to hold back both pieces of drywall and come from the top and meet the middle of where you made the cut. And folks, that's all there is to it. Just make certain that you watch your hands around the razor blade. Okay, so the reason why you score the paper but you make your cut from the back is because if you score the front and cut from the back, you will always make a clean line. And when it comes time to tape, you'll be glad you did it that way. Come on in close. Let me show you how clean this line is. Now sometimes you have to make a cut in the center of the drywall that is for an outlet box or a light switch. And so that's what this represents here. And I'm going to show you how to make that cut. What you're going to want to use is you're going to want to use a utility knife. This is called a keyhole saw. Okay, so this is what we want to start off with. You want to take the utility knife and you want to score the outside where you have your marks. Watch your fingers when doing this. Score the outline. And again, you know, you're not worried about a whole lot of pressure. You're just wanting to cut through the paper. Don't worry about cutting through the drywall. Okay, so we're going to cut it from the front. Now this is how you get started. It's already been scored, all right? So we want to go up to the corner and we want to use the keyhole saw to make our cut. So we've punctured the drywall and now we just have to saw. Okay, so I've cut 3 sides. I didn't cut the side because it's unnecessary. What you want to do is you want to give the center of the drywall a little tap, like this. There we go. And then you go around to the back with your utility knife and cut the back. So you look at the lines that we've cut with the utility knife. See how nice and clean it is? Okay, because we made the cut from the back side for that last line. But then you get over here and it's a little jagged. So you'll want to clean it up because when it comes to mudding, it's going to interfere with your ability to get a nice even coat of mud if you have to put any mud here. So what you do is you just take your utility knife, but you got to have a nice sharp blade to do this. And this is how you get a nice clean cut for a light switch box or an outlet. Okay, now it's time to hang the drywall. And so this is where that drywall tee comes in handy. What we want to do is we want to mark the drywall, okay, right in the center of the stud. Find the center of the stud and you just mark it. And now what you do is you take your drywall tee, take our drywall tee, we're going to place it right up on the drywall and on our mark. You're going to take that pencil and we're going to score a line from the top all the way down to the bottom. You want to lay the drywall horizontally because, believe it or not, you'll use less drywall. Okay, so you're going to need a drill or a screw gun with a Phillips bit and drywall screws, and I always like to wear safety glasses. Okay, so we go to the center of the line. There we go. You want to apply a little pressure and then slowly drill. Now what you have to keep in mind is you don't want to drill you don't want the screw to break the paper. You want it to countersink. You want there to be a little dent there, but you don't want to go all the way through. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Okay, now the next important thing about hanging drywall is you want to have what's called a staggered joint. And that is you don't want to line up ends of drywall with ends of drywall. There's no break in this drywall. It's just a continuous piece. And so when you have a staggered joint, this is what it looks like. And so the reason why you stagger a joint is if you get a crack for whatever reason settling, you're not going to have that crack run from the ceiling all the way to the floor. And this is what a staggered joint looks like. So today you learned how to cut and hang drywall. This is Leah saying you can do this. See you next time.